Hey Townsend Church, it's October, which means it is a new video giving our announcements and our updates of what's going on at Townsend Church. So thank you for coming back and tuning in. Thank you for remaining faithful, not just to the church, but to God. Can you believe it's been 29 weeks since all of this COVID-19 virus started? 29 weeks of being locked away and secluded. And we've been doing it. We've been doing it really well. Now, I get that we're all on different pages of where we should be with it, but we're still doing it. And God is still sustaining us and watching over us and allowing us to do some really cool stuff. Over these 29 weeks, I've heard some stories of people coming to know Jesus, of people having an awakening type of thing, people who are hearing from God that haven't heard from God in a very long time. And for me, that's very encouraging to see that God is on the move, even in the midst of craziness like what we've been going through. And so here's the first announcement that I have for you. We've got the updates of our children's program. Many of you may know, many of you may not know, but we reopened our kids wing back for children's church and for our little ones. So we've got children's church, pre-K, and nursery happening during our 9:30 service. Now, for now, we're going to continue with our one service until we are just busting at the seams, and we're really close. But we want to continue operating under that one service to where we can get everybody in safely, cleanly, and then everybody out safely and cleanly. And so one service, 9:30, but during that 9:30 service, Mr. Tim will have the kindergarten through 5th grade all to himself that entire hour. So if they've been missing having time with Mr. Tim, they can have it in person. And then with our littles, our pre-K all the way down to nursery age, we have volunteers who have given of their time to be able to come and spend time with your kids to pour into their lives. And so again, that's 9:30 on Sunday mornings. Now, many of you may have created an account for our Kid Check. If you have not done that, there's going to be a link at the end of this video, just below in the description, that you'll be able to click on it, go and make an account to where you can actually check in before you even get to church. That means as soon as you walk in, if you've already checked in, it'll print your sticker and you can walk your kid down to their class. The sign-in has moved into the foyer to give a little bit more space. But again, if you haven't created an account, create that account. If you do have an account, please make sure you use that when you're coming to church and going to check your kid in. The next thing we want you to know is our student ministry. Our student ministry are now meeting in person on 2 different times. We're meeting on Wednesday nights and Sunday evening as well, both at 6:30. We're trying to streamline this, make this as simple as we possibly can. So if you've got a kid in 6th through 12th grade, we want to encourage you to bring them to the church to, again, start meeting in person, get them some Mr. Tim time or some Mr. Willie time. This is an opportunity for them to get off their screens that they've been on all week long, to get back into congregating as a group again and reuniting and regathering. And so please make plans to bring your kids to that. It's a huge opportunity and we just want them to be a part of it. So the next one that we have is Upward is in full swing. We had a great wet day on Saturday, this past Saturday, our first day of games. This coming Friday and Saturday, we actually have games both Friday night and most of the day Saturday. But we are still in need of some help with donations. We still have the tickets on the donation wall at the church that you can come by, pick those up, and then drop the donations back off at the church or at the concession stand. That would help us out greatly. Also, we are in need of volunteer workers for the concession stand. So there, at the end again of this video, at the bottom in the link, or in the description, there's going to be a link to go on and sign up to be able to help out with volunteering for the concession stand. Again, we need all the help that we can get. Now, in the past, during October, we've always done a huge community-wide Fall Fest. And unfortunately, this year, we are not going to be able to do the Fall Fest the way that we would like to do it. However, we are going to continue to be in our community, and we are going to use an Upward Saturday to actually invest in those athletes' lives because they are a part of our community. So what we're asking you to do is to bring individually wrapped candy, the Halloween candy that you would normally buy, the Fall Fest candy that you would normally purchase wherever you shop, and bring that in well before October 31st because that is when our game on that Saturday is when we're going to be handing our bags out to our athletes. So we're looking to collect enough candy to bag up 1,000 bags to hand out to our kids. And so please be a part of that. This is, again, is an outreach for us as a church to reach the people of our community and especially our Upward families. Now, another thing that we're doing that's new for this month, and we're going to do this every other month, but we all are familiar with the Delaware Hospital for the Chronically Ill down in Smyrna. We are doing something that we've never done before. We are collecting items to be able to help them out. These are items that for this month are going to be like daily hygiene. For instance, toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, cologne, but not in glass bottles, shampoo, soap, washcloth, things like that that they might need in normally taking care of themselves. Now, for me to give you the entire list, it would take too long and it would be too hard for us to remember. So on our website at tfwb.org, under the section of news, there's an October news tab that you can click on, and it will give you all of the details of all of these announcements and give you the detailed list of what we're looking for. Now, what we're asking is for you, when you go shopping, to pick up a couple of these items, bring them on a Sunday morning. There will be a basket in the foyer that Ann Selderidge will be collecting for us. She is spearheading this, and she's just trying to get our church to be out in the community even more than we already are, which I truly appreciate that. Just another opportunity for us to be serving those around us, and so it's part of our calling. And our last announcement is this. We are partnering with Boss Calves just for a couple of days on October the 14th and the 15th from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And if you happen to shop there on those 2 days during those times and you mention Townsend Free Will Baptist Church, they're going to give us a portion of the sales that day. So please, if you love to shop, please do it responsibly, obviously. But if you go shopping and you go to Boss Calves on October the 14th and October the 15th, please make sure you mention when you're checking out our church name, and we will get some proceeds from that, and we would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Now, I said that was the last announcement, but here's a little PSA. November 3rd is coming up, and I know it's a very highly contested time of our nation, and our church, I'm sure, is on many different pages with this. However, one of the things that I know that I can do is encourage you to vote. Please vote. We are going to be talking about over the next 5 weeks what our voting should look like as believers. I'm not going to try to sway you to go Democrat. I'm not going to try to sway you to go Republican. I'm not going to try to sway you to go independent. But I am going to sway you to vote biblically. And so over the next 5 weeks, we're going to be looking at passages of Scripture biblically that deal with the main concerns of our nation over the next 4 years, over the next 10 years, really. There are some serious things that are at play here, and we as believers have a very important responsibility to vote as informed citizens. And so if you haven't registered to vote, you actually have another week. You have until October 10th. That is the 4th Saturday before the election. And as long as you either online or go down to the election office or do a mail-in opportunity to register to vote, you can be registered to vote in this upcoming general election as long as you're 18 or older. Again, if you've never voted before and you're a believer, we have a responsibility to do so and to vote biblically. If you are a believer and you have voted before, we have a responsibility to vote biblically. If you've never voted before because you aren't registered, I am pleading with you as your pastor and as your friend, register to vote and vote biblically. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you over the next few Sundays and the next few Wednesday nights. Don't forget, Wednesday nights we have a Bible study live on YouTube. All of the past sermons are live on YouTube. All the kids' stuff is still live on YouTube. God bless you. Thanks for being faithful. We love you. We appreciate all that you do. Have a good day.